Hello, Narnach here. Welcome back to Path of Exile. We are still playing in the hardcore solo self-found Legacy League. Last episode we defeated King Khan, so now it is Daresso's turn. Let's continue. And let's hope for slightly more stable service. We are playing with a Rampage and Bloodlines here, so we get more magic mobs and we get a Rampage on kill. There's of course going to be quite some dense groups here. So Rampage will be triggering quite a bit. We don't get any special from the Rampage here. That's going to be okay. Also the unset rings. The patch notes mentioned something about getting +1 to skills. I haven't seen it yet. I'm still wondering whether it's going to be just something that can roll on it as an affix, or whether the +2 skills is going to be a just a modifier that can only roll on those things. But we'll just see. If there's unset rings that drop, we'll just have a peek at them. And who knows, we might actually find one that is useful. Hey, we gained a level just before a thingamajig. That's good. Retribution is going to increase our damage. It increases melee damage, our attack speed and some cast and int. Current DPS listed here is 7661. With the skill point applied, 8250. So that's about 600 DPS. Tooltip DPS, I must add. I must stress that Wild Strike DPS, tooltip DPS is quite below the regular DPS. So the more we get on the tooltip, the even more we're gonna get for real. Also, I find myself wishing for a Beyond Leaguestone right now, as I often do in this area. Because the monster density in the arena here is just so glorious. And I think we cleared the area. Yep, good. Next. Wisdom. Now, something I haven't really touched upon in the YouTube summary videos is just the balance of the Leaguestones, or more properly the Leaguestone management. Early on I found a lot more Leaguestones than I was actually using, and I actually got myself a stash tab to just dedicate it to Leaguestones because there were just too many to keep in the inventory as backups. It was pretty, no, they were getting that many. I think at some point we had 10 or 15 more Leaguestones, or just Leaguestones in our stash. Ooh, we just got some help from some weapons. Well, we had about 15 Leaguestones in our stash just waiting to be used because we were using the maximum. That was of course when we had 1 or 2 Leaguestone slots, but ever since we got our 3rd Leaguestone slot at level 30, we have been gradually burning through Leaguestones faster than we were getting them. And currently I'm actually playing with 2 Leaguestones active, and one of those actually burned out, and this one has 2 charges remaining. And that is at level 59 as a player in Daresso stream, which is 55. So that was 25 area levels before we actually burned out on Leaguestones. So on Reddit I saw that some people actually, while mapping, actually had the opposite problem. They were just drowning in Leaguestones and they actually found themselves wanting to get less. No, maybe just upgrading more white ones to blues because they had just so many white Leaguestones that, no, they were effectively just not using them. A bit similar to how the white talismans were in the Talisman League back in the day. Oh man, seriously, game crashing again? So the entire weekend the game was really stable. And now we just get one crash after the other. Oh. So we will see. We unequipped our thing so we can go back down. And we shall see. Put the rampage stone back in. With a bit of luck. Now the map is going to be unrevealed, but if there's corpses here and loot, yeah, that's good. So yeah, there's definitely one or two really nasty, gnarly bugs that just cause client crashes. But those are usually the kinds of bugs that the devs are really focused on fixing. So I've got full confidence that it will get fixed as soon as the devs are able to reproduce it and then solve it. And there is steel jaw. And Eyepacker, yep. Just look at how fast we're chewing through him. So we were talking about Leaguestones before the game crashed. Well, as I often do, I kind of lost my train of thought there because of the distraction of the game crashing. But I think I've also said most of the things I probably wanted to say. And if not, we'll just get back to the topic later on. I think chat said something, yeah, someone has so many white Leaguestones that it's getting stupid. And the game is crashing again. Okay. Well, let's get back to it. So this is getting kind of ridiculous. I have been spared of this for effectively the most of the weekend. I had, I think, one single crash during the entire weekend. And now I had one full realm crash and 2 other crashes. Wait. I remember something. I think someone mentioned something about that having to do with graphics and multi-threaded rendering. So we're going to disable that, see if that helps. That's what someone mentioned on Reddit as being a solution to the problem for them. So I'm not sure if though it's the same bug or a different bug, but in case of bugs, try to fix it by using what other people have said will work. And if it works, yay. If not, then you know it was not a fix. Yeah, turn off multi-threading is what chat is saying as well. So that seems to be the solution. The downside, of course, of your client crashing is that you lose your minimap. And I have been here, I know that, but the thing is, were there any unexplored exits? That's usually what you want to check. Upside is, of course, we have shield charge and that allows us to go quickly. And here is the arena. Wait, that's just a arena, it's not the arena. Ooh. This is the arena. Yay, Bakul! Barky. And he's gone. Bakul is no more. So, now let's have a proper fight. 1,000 chickens versus me. Well, maybe closer to 61. Well, we're just gonna say it was 1,000. And now we are in the grand arena. We have one more charge remaining here. Of course, not having multi-threaded rendering will make the rendering slightly slower. Maybe a lot slower, I have no idea. Also, let's actually go to town. I think switching areas snapshots your character, so if something were to go awry, at least we will have the waypoint saved. Sanctified mana. That is quite a sizable upgrade over what we got. We'll just see later about rolling it into something proper. This is to sort, and also this one is to sort. Let's continue where we left off. First arena might be... Ooh, there's a lot of enemies. Feels like frame rate is not entirely happy. Yeah, see we got some frame times hitting 60, hitting 80, hitting 90. That is of course not terribly great. See we're pushing 30 frame rates, frames per second is 60. It's just all over the place. I hope that there's going to be a patch soon that addresses the multi-threaded rendering issue. Because having the game crash is really not fun. But having a significantly reduced frame rate as a result is also not good. Hey, we got an exceptional Bloodlines Leaguestone. We will get additional monsters with Bloodlines. When a Bloodblack is slain, it will drop 2 rare items. Oh, I like items. Also, the way forward presents itself. Okay. So I'm wondering what is actually causing the multi-threaded renderer to just die like that. Because I think we never really died. Once we died in a fight, and I think once while traveling. So it's not just related to how many effects there's going on or anything, because then we would have been crashing non-stop, of course. So it seems to point that it's some kind of edge case that is not directly related to any direct action that you take. I mean, I'm assuming the developers have some kind of error handling in the game that if it crashes, that it actually logs the crash, and the next time you log in again, and it will just send it to the devs. I mean, that's normally how you would approach those kinds of things, because you don't want to rely on users manually sending some kind of crash dump file to an email address, because then you're never gonna get the feedback. Well, we'll see. The fact that it has been addressed, there are Reddit threads about it, so I got all trust that all the devs are working on it. In the meantime, performance is going to be slightly less, but well, we're still going to be able to survive here. As long as it doesn't become completely crippling, then it's okay. But so far it seems we could handle these 3, and our killing speed is just so insane that we can handle a little bit of performance issues. Things like this are also actually a good reason to not record too many episodes in advance. Because of course, if the fix is gonna be there tomorrow, but I still have no episodes pre-recorded for like 5 days, then you got 5 more days of choppy performance rather than smooth performance. Also, the upcoming fights with Malachi and with Piety in the Belly of the Beast, I'm not entirely sure if doing those at let's say 10 frames per second is gonna be the wisest thing in the world. We're gonna do Daresso, of course. That might be a silly mistake, but we'll see. Here, have yourself a decoy. And then we'll just backstab you. Almost adequate, you say. Yeah, okay. So far, working pretty well. I mean, our damage output is still pretty ridiculous on a scale of 0 to 10. And as such, Daresso is really not participating in this fight. More or less just acting like a crash test dummy. Just bloody die. I think that's the phrase we're looking for. Now you have it. The King of Swords. Dethroned. But also with the game being so unstable before and then
What is it, Exile?
being slightly choppy after we fixed the frame rate. We're 16 minutes into the episode. We would actually be capable of pushing forward, doing Piety, Malachi, and just wrapping everything up and completing the storyline here. But I think it is wisdom to actually call it an episode and wait until tomorrow. I'll give it a day, see if a fix comes for this. Because, as I said, this is the kind of bug that the devs are usually right on top of, trying to reproduce it and then trying to fix it. The game was stable before the patch, so well, it is something that happened during the patch. It's just something somewhere that is bugged or glitched or whatever. And it means that if it was working before, the devs will be able to get it back to a working state. It's just a matter of them getting around to it. So we're gonna cut this episode here short. That of course means that you probably looked at the episode length and thought, oh, hardcore dev. No, this is not a hardcore dev. This is just a little bit of wisdom on my side. So I'm gonna thank you very much for watching this slightly shorter episode than normal. And I hope to see you again next time with better performance, or if the thing hasn't been fixed by the next time I'm gonna record, then I'm gonna risk it. But for now, I'm just erring slightly on the side of caution. And with that, I'm gonna thank you, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.